Pretty classic, crazy-ass California sprawl Cabernet. So this vineyard's pretty amazing because planted in the early 1970s on St. George rootstock, so not on AXR, so it didn't succumb to phylloxera. Dry farmed on the side of a mountain. We're at about 1,800 feet elevation off of Nelligan Road, so just on the Sonoma side of Mount Veeder. And one of the foundational vineyards for Kenwood Winery back in the day when Mike Lee was making the wine. So this, Montecillo, and then one other vineyard were the backbone of the Kenwood Artist series. It's farmed by Chuy, who is one of the coolest guys in the valley, and really a self-made man and a lovely human being. So we usually call the fruit that comes from this vineyard, as other winemakers do, other wineries do, we just call it Chuy. So modern Cabernet vineyards typically are planted on, much tighter spacing, usually 3x5, 4x6. I mean, you can see this is sort of contoured into the side of the mountain, but the row spacing is really wide. It's anywhere from 9 to 20 feet wide, depending on how it contours into the hill. And then the vines individually are about 8-9 feet from each other, so very widely spaced. They spaced it widely so they could dry farm it, because you'll see there's no irrigation up here, which also makes it very unique because nobody really puts in dry farm vineyards anymore in California, although they should. Look at a vine like this. Nice, a little bit of virus because it's old Cabernet, but like generally pretty healthy, happy canopies. I mean, this literally has not had water since the last rains in April this entire year, and you still have this happy foliage, and every single day the vine is taking up moisture from its roots and transpiring water out of the leaves. And so in order to be able to sustain that through a summer where we've seen, and even a September where we've seen multiple days over 95 degrees, is kind of amazing. And if anything, you can see Chuy's gone through and shoot tipped here, so that's been cut. So basically to be able to get tractors through, because there's just so much actual capacity in these soils that these vines are really, really happy. And then the other thing is this is called California sprawl, because you'll see there's only one wire in the canopy here, and everything just kind of, the canopy just literally just sprawls to cover up and shade the fruit. And in modern vineyards, you'll usually have a base wire, and then you'll have anywhere from 2 to 8 other wires coming down to hold the canopy up, so then you can really expose the fruit to the sun in a very precise fashion. This is clearly not precise, but there's also something about the variability of it that also makes the wines a little bit more wild. And I think that they make for even more unique wines. I think sometimes when you have absolutely perfect looking vineyards and perfect viticulture, sometimes the wines are almost too perfect.